A Ugandan gay rights activist, Frank Mugisha, is the 2011 winner of the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights Award. The annual award is given to individuals who stand up to oppression at grave personal risk while pushing for human rights without violence. Mugisha has been a target of arrest since openly declaring his sexual orientation in 2007, along with others in a campaign called Let Us Live for Peace. Mugisha is the head of Sexual Minorities Uganda, or SMUG, which advocates for the rights of the lesbians, gays and transgenders in Uganda. And despite Uganda's anti-homosexual stance, which has resulted in mass protests and the drafting of a bill that would criminalize homosexuality, Mugisha says he'll continue with his advocacy work in Uganda.
My courage comes from the discrimination I and my colleagues have faced. When I remember and listen to the stories, horrible stories from my colleagues, I have to continue working and continue working until I can make a change. My first concern is that will there ever be safety for LGBTI people in Uganda? Will there ever be justice? Will there ever be freedom? Will there ever be hope? Will there ever be a time when there is no discrimination in health places? Will there ever be a time when there is no one walking on the streets and they are not being beaten?
The Robert F. Kennedy Center President Kerry Kennedy says Mugisha exemplifies the organization's mission. By recognizing the award, the center will partner with Mugisha for 6 years to assist him in his mission.
Frank Mugisha is a man of such tremendous moral courage. He's stood up to not only to his government, but to his friends, his family, and he's spoken openly about being gay in Uganda. So I think it's all of our duty to help support him. We need to stop the anti-homosexuality bill from becoming law. Number two, I think that there are members of Congress, senators in the United States and in other countries around the world who can create relationships with their counterparts in Uganda and start talking about these issues. Number three, the church, organized religion, needs to promote a message of tolerance and not one of hatred. And then there's the healthcare issue, and there are healthcare workers in Uganda who are afraid of treating LGBTI people because they can be arrested for treating them. So we need to address that issue as well.
Now, previous winners of the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights from Africa also include human rights and political activists from Zimbabwe, Sudan, in Darfur, Chad, Liberia, Malawi, Kenya, and South Africa.